A very good afternoon, morning, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's conversation. And I really want to appreciate you for always creating time to listen in to these conversations. I welcome you to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. My name is Monica Kamundi, aka Magical. I change people's lives by offering financial advice and financial solutions. Today, I'd like us to discuss a very important cover that largely affects us directly. This is a critical illness cover, or you can call it the severe illness cover. A critical illness cover is a kind of a cover that pays a lump sum to you in an event you're diagnosed with major critical illnesses. As the word suggests, critical illnesses are very financially draining, and at times they are actually um, quite severe in terms of draining your finances. So these illnesses include things like cancer, major organ transplant, heart attack, just to name a few of them. So I believe that you have either seen a friend or a relative or seen on the media someone who has been diagnosed with, for instance, cancer. What happens in that family? When someone is diagnosed with a critical illness, certain situations play out. Situation number one is that the family starts either selling off the property they have to take care of that situation. If you had a piece of land, if you had some money in the stocks, you start selling off or liquidating all those assets because the situation requires attention. The second situation that plays out is that you form a WhatsApp group and in you put all your friends, anyone you know. But remember, people can only contribute up to a certain limit. People have different situations they are facing, and hence you don't expect so much from people. And at some point, actually, people get tired. So the other situation that plays out is that the family could get into borrowing, they take a loan to be able to take care of that situation. Always remember that loans do not come for free. The other situation that could be is that you could be having a medical cover and it will sort the bill up to a certain limit because medical covers have what we call sublimits. So, for instance, assume you're diagnosed with cancer and the sublimit for that particular cover maybe it's 500,000 or 700,000. And up to the point that the cover is exhausted, then it means you're no longer you can no longer be able to use that cover to take care of that condition. And so the cover comes in to complement the medical cover that you have. Remember that when you're diagnosed with a critical illness, there are other bills that you need to sort. First, you need to continue paying for your expenses, utilities. If you have a family, they need food. If you have children, they still need to go to school. So this situation then, it doesn't mean because you have a critical illness, the life of your family stops. You still have bills to pay. The other bills you need to sort is that you could require specialized kind of care. Maybe you need home care. You will need to pay the nurses that come to check on you at home. You could be requiring special appliances like a special bed, and also you could require a special kind of a diet. In this situation, you could also need to go and seek for further medical treatment out of the country. At that point, you will need um, to get an air ticket for you and maybe the person who is taking care of you. You will need to get accommodation on the other side. You will need food on the other side. And hence, there is still a lot of expenses that you require other than just paying the hospital bills. So, ladies and gentlemen, the critical illness cover helps you directly because you are able to get a financial soft landing in an event of such a diagnosis. So you can help your family avoid getting into a financial gap or a financial hole by having a critical illness cover as part of your financial planning. Remember, we are living in a different age. We are predisposed to these conditions either by genetics or by our lifestyle. These days, it's either we sit a lot or the kind of food we are eating. There's a lot of GMOs that are on the shelves, and hence we are predisposed to, at any one point, get any of these critical illness. So you can do yourself justice by having a critical illness cover. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.